Hey, I'm AnthonyRomano, and this video is going to tell you why all newbie keto dieters should be using bulletproof coffee. Now, this is a conclusion I've came to out of practicality, because I've been doing keto for about a decade now, and I'll tell you, in hindsight, okay, when I started this, it was like 2012, I was like 14, okay, there wasn't much talk of bulletproof coffee back then. Well, at least it wasn't wide-spanning enough for a 14-year-old to hear about it. So basically, I didn't use that, and that would have really smoothened out my experience of keto, even though, I just had the persistence to stick to it and work out all the kinks, etc., etc. I built the business out of it. So maybe, in hindsight, it wasn't a bad idea. But the point is, if you are a newbie, a beginner, you should absolutely be using bulletproof coffee, and this video is going to explain that. But, as a side note, if you just want to go straight to the promised land and get all the best fat loss tactics for keto, get the Keto Shred program that I've wrote on my website, romanoketo.com, at the latest discount, latest sale price that I have going on currently, because it's January 2021. So, what are the main benefits of bulletproof coffee as far as it applies to beginners? Well, if you're somebody who's already familiar with bulletproof coffee, you have MCT oil of a very high quality sort, which is always going to lead to higher ketone production. Ketones are not always everything for ketogenic dieting. In fact, they only really matter in the beginning so that you know you're in ketosis. But they can provide a massive boost for your brain and also athletic performance. If you're looking for the best kind of MCT out there, I have the one that was actually formulated by the creator of Bulletproof Coffee, so full credit where it's due to Dave Asprey. I have linked his Bulletproof MCT, which I actually have in my little supplement shelf there as well, for my own use, because it is the best objectively. But essentially, you have MCT oil, which is going to make a ketone boost for you, which will result in performance enhancement and mental cognitive enhancement, okay? But you also have grass-fed butter or ghee. Now, what is the benefit of that? Well, it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods in the world, and I have an entire video on this, on how it's like literally the healthiest breakfast you could have. But when we're talking making ketosis easier, okay, it's more than simply the fat-soluble vitamins and the butyric acid, the other beneficial ingredients that make up grass-fed ghee. Now, the grass-fed distinction here is key for the ghee because that's what makes it a nutritionally dense food. You cannot use Walmart butter for this, okay? You cannot use industrial butter for this. It's not going to give you the benefit, and you're going to be consuming basically all of the crap that whatever that animal was fed in your, whether it's soy, grains, GMOs, things like that, corn. You don't want that, even though pretty much everything has a little bit of corn, is fed corn. Either way, you want the clean stuff, okay? Now, as far as a newbie goes, this is going to dramatically smoothen out your experience because it's taking a load off of your body to actually have to produce the ketones. Well, even though it has to metabolize the ketones from the MCT, this is going to provide a high amount of nutrients, which is going to curb your appetite. It's going to provide a high amount of fats, which is also going to not spike your insulin, which is the primary hunger and fat storage hormone. And that's basically going to keep you satiated because your body recognizes that a large consumption of calories has came in, yet there's no insulin spike with it. And that's going to make you more likely to eat less and find the caloric restrictions perhaps, or just the, lack of carbohydrate easier to deal with. But it truly was a great invention from Asprey because it does make the whole process easier. But if there's one thing I could stress to you in this video, it's that if you are somebody who's trying to start keto, this is the biggest training wheels you could add on. The only other way to go deeper into the pool is to grab some exogenous ketones, which is a little bit more of a deeper measure, and for some newbies, if you overdo it, you will get a problem, and like a bathroom problem, you'll have to go shit yourself. So you can still get that problem from overdoing MCT oil, so absolutely do not overdo MCT oil. I don't care if it's the highest quality stuff, your stomach might be sensitive to it, and it might create too much energy at once that your body isn't able to emulsify all that fat in your intestine, basically, quick enough. So basically, you're just going to shit it out. So don't overdo MCT oil. If you're a newbie, start off with a teaspoon dose, build your way up to a tablespoon. You might not even notice the effects until you hit a tablespoon, but I'm telling you, the benefits will be there, and gradually over time, this is how you apply training wheels to doing ketogenic dieting. And as I always say, even if somebody has told you they don't like keto, chances are they probably didn't do it right, and nowadays we have the modern inventions of things like bulletproof coffee to actually apply some training wheels. So we make it even easier for you to try it and join my cult. That's how it feels like sometimes when I talk about keto so much. But the point is, keto can dramatically change your life, and most of the time people who complain about it haven't done it the right way, and this is the easiest way in, that's practical. Of course, you could take the deeper end of the pool and go with exogenous ketones, but you're playing with more fire there. And with Bulletproof coffee, it's also one of the most nutrient-dense breakfasts you can get, okay? So I highly encourage it as a sustainability thing down the line. And I'll tell you that from my experience, I initially did not buy into the hype of Bulletproof coffee at all. Okay, granted, I was young, right? I didn't hear about it until a couple years into my keto dieting experience. And I had initially passed it off as kind of a, not a gimmick, but I kind of thought that it was just sort of something that was a luxury add-on. But I'll tell you right now, if you are a newbie, this is more than a luxury. This can almost be considered a necessity if you're somebody who has a lot of weight to lose or you have a very hard time quitting sugar, because inherently the blood sugar stabilization effects of Bulletproof coffee are going to play out well for you in managing cravings and hunger. So on that note, I will wrap up by saying Keto Shred program has all the best protocols for how to use Bulletproof coffee. If you are interested, whether you're a newbie, advanced, it does not matter. Keto Shred program is my Mona Lisa of fat loss, and it is at romanoketo.com, the best book on keto fat loss, built over a decade of keto experience. And also, if you'd like to talk to me one-on-one, you can book a consultation call on my website, and we can also book a free consultation if you're interested in longer-term coaching and you want to see if that's right for you. Where in that kind of coaching, we're literally in communication 24/7 every day. So I've used that style to get people to some crazy goals, whether it's physique-oriented goals, just pure vanity, or whether it's, you know, serious issues like people with brain injuries or, you know, diabetes or other ailments that I had used the oversight of a medical professional to assist in. And I'm not kidding about that, actually. But I just had to legally phrase that properly there. Okay, Anthony Romano. Also follow me on Instagram. Peace.